afternoon, Jersey. Welcome to the Star Ledger Newsroom, Wednesday, August 13th. Well, a new poll finally puts numbers to what has been the talk of political circles over the last couple of months in New Jersey. A hypothetical matchup between Governor John Corzine and U.S. Attorney Chris Christie in the 2009 race for governor. The Quinnipiac University poll found Corzine and Christie in a virtual dead heat if they were to run against one another. For our On the Beat segment, I spoke with Claire Heininger, our reporter who covers the governor's office.
Well, I think you have to look at it two ways. You have to look at how has John Corzine been doing in the past few months, and in that sense, you know, his own approval ratings have come up a little bit. He was down in the 30s. Some polls even showed the 20s, and for his own approval ratings in this poll, it's still upside down, but 42% approval is better than what he had before. So in that sense, that's somewhat of an, you know, coming uphill for him, and he said yesterday, you know, that feels better than the other way around. But he's still obviously not satisfied with it upside down. So I mean, there is that bit of good news, but on the other hand, you know, being even with Chris Christie when 69%, I think, of voters say they don't know who Chris Christie is. Some people I've talked to are saying that's a little bit of an anybody but Corzine factor. You know, it would be interesting to see how Corzine would do against a generic Republican in the same kind of poll.
All right, Claire. Thanks a lot. Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Easy. Bye.
All right, speaking of politics, how completely random is this? My wife yesterday is having lunch at our favorite four-star restaurant, the Broadway Diner in Red Bank, and in walks Cindy McCain. She sits down next to her. The McCains were on a campaign swing through New Jersey yesterday, so Cindy McCain comes in, and here's a photo in the Asbury Park Press there of Cindy McCain, potential First Lady, resting her hand on my baby daughter's head. Apparently, she did manage to keep her hands off my other daughter's sippy cup, which you can see in the bottom of that photo right there. Anyway, all right, behind every Olympic gold medal, there's these tons of great stories of the people who helped that athlete succeed, the coaches, the family members. Our local hero, Cullen Jones, who won the gold medal earlier this week in the 4x100 men's swimming relay in Beijing, is no exception. Yesterday, we caught up with some of his first coaches who are still teaching kids to swim here in Newark. Here's the video.
Hold it, exhale. All right.
Elliot Bradley, or Coach Brad, as he's better known poolside at JFK Recreational Center in Newark, has been teaching kids to swim since 1974. Olympian Cullen Jones first got wet here under Bradley's training.
And we were so proud of Cullen. Cullen began here when he was about 9 years old. And he went through the Learn to Swim program here and pushed it even further.
Cullen Jones became the first African-American swimmer to win a gold medal in the 4x100 meter relay event.
We went crazy when they won that 4x4 in Beijing. And I'm still on cloud 9 behind him. One of Cullen's goals is to bring in more Afro-Americans and ethnic groups to come in and learn how to swim and be a part of that new wave of competitive swimming. So we're in line with his goal.
Students in the Learn to Swim program learn basic skills like how to float, blow bubbles, tread water, kick, and feel comfortable in the pool. Once
they've learned all these skills, then it's up to the child to decide how far they're going to take this swim program. They can go a long way with swimming. They can do swimming scholarships, they can go to college, and the epitome of it all is to be an Olympian.
All right, that Cullen Jones, just a great story all the way around, no matter which way you look at it. Farmers in New Jersey and across the country have been struggling in recent years with the decline in the honeybee population. Now, they rely on these bees to pollinate the crops, and scientists are not quite sure why there's been a huge decline in the number of honeybees. This summer, there's been a little bit of an increase, a little bit of hope, but there's still a big problem and a lot of concern. Here's the video.
These bees would have to fly 55,000 miles, that's over 2 trips around the world, to produce 1 pound of honey. At Fruitwood Orchards in Monroeville, making honey is important business. And with over 3,300 colonies of bees, they can produce up to 60,000 pounds of honey in a year. That's a lot of flying, and a lot of trips around the world. It's interesting then that making honey isn't a bee's main purpose.
Honey is like a byproduct. A pollination service comes first. We get fruit, bigger peaches, bigger apples, strawberries, you name it. At the supermarket, we just have tons of fruit in there. And if we didn't have the bees, we wouldn't have that much. Unfortunately, over the past few years, the task of pollination has become more difficult due to a strange phenomenon called colony collapse disorder, or CCD. The syndrome is characterized by the disappearance of all adult honeybees in the hive, while immature bees and honey remain. Beekeepers think that it's a combination of different things as far as mites living on the bee, as far as stress, shipping them all over. There's a hive beetle that lives inside the hive. There's pesticides that are a problem. So that's what we're up against. The nationwide loss of honeybees is still a problem this season, and with no known cause for CCD, beekeepers face a difficult battle. The best the public can do is remain aware of the issue and be receptive to your neighborhood beekeeper. If you have places to put bees and you don't mind bees, they're beneficial to the neighborhood, even making some honey for people once in a while. So.
All right, let's wrap things up by taking a look at a few of the comments coming in on our NJ.com news blogs. Lots of stories about the Corzine Christie poll numbers. And man, when you look at the messages on these message boards under political stories, it's always just and here in New Jersey, a den of negativity. Jersey Guns 2 says, terrific, what a choice. One is a guy who bought 2 political offices and is hiding his relationship with a union boss. The other, a blowhard who loves to hear himself speak. We're doomed. Right now, I would vote for Brendan Byrne. Wow. Monkey House 2 lists what he thinks is the top 10 reasons why Corzine will be reelected. Atlantic City, Irvington, Passaic, East Orange, Camden, Hudson County, Elizabeth, Patterson, and on, listing all the urban areas, Democratic strongholds. A little bit of truth there. It will be tough for Christie to overcome the numbers that Democrats usually pull down there. That wraps up Ledger Live for today. Keep in touch. You can send us your photos, your videos, your emails. Shoot them to us at ledgerlive@starledger.com or log on and sound off on our news blogs at NJ.com. All right, Jersey, take it easy.